G'day world, Chris Hogan coming to you live from ISR Training's event here in Surfers Paradise for the event which is called Entrepreneur, The Real Stories. And they're going to get deep and meaningful with everybody in the audience, or mainly the panelists. And one of the panelists is Naomi Spires from Ruby Communications. How are you, Naomi?
Yeah, I'm really good, thank you.
Thanks very much for having a chat. So, Naomi, tell me a bit about yourself and your background. What's your role?
So I have a company called Ruby Communications, which is a PR agency. Our head office is on the Gold Coast, and we have another office in Brisbane, and then we're opening on the Sunshine Coast at the moment.
Great. And how long have you been operating?
So 8 years we've been on the Gold Coast for, yeah.
And PR, is that mostly what you do, or what is the sort of function of your business?
Yeah, I guess it's just getting attention for our clients, brands, events, or whatever they may be doing and needing to get noticed for. So public relations, media relations. We also do social media and event management, so more activations in that space, and also like VIP openings for different restaurants or hospitality. A lot of our client base is in the tourism industry and the retail industry as well.
Great. So oftentimes we as founders and CEOs go through challenges with our businesses, and they say there's that saying, fail fast. Have you had any, failures in the last, what's that? You said
8 years.
8 years?
Yeah.
Sorry. That I guess really have changed the way you do business, or maybe changed even yourself personally?
I guess when you start out and you've never ran a business before, I guess you develop those business skills as you do progress. So I guess if you are starting a business, one thing I would recommend is actually going and getting skilled from the beginning in how a business works, particularly with the tax department, and making sure that you're making those payments on time, because they can really derail your business from the beginning. One thing that I learned very quickly on is not to get too personally connected to your team. Even though you love and inspire and love them being a part of the journey, it's not all of their dreams. It is your dream, and I think when people leave your company that you had a vested partnership and interest with, it really does hurt personally in the beginning. So I think learning to detach yourself away from the emotion and being more professional in those situations is something that you need to learn from the beginning.
Yeah, I don't know if it's possible to learn that from the beginning. Really, you sort of go through that, that learning as the story unfolds, don't you think?
Yeah, I think for the first 3 years it was probably like really, really difficult. But now I completely understand. We have such an open policy. So if one of my team are thinking about moving to Melbourne, we'll sit down and actually, based on their skill set and what they love to do in a role, we'll make recommendations as to agencies we think that would be great for them, and even help them with their interview skills. So we've kept that open door policy that when someone is thinking, I might be leaving in 6 months, so it really does create that great culture. Yeah.
And what do you think? I guess with regards to that situation, is there a possibility of remote work with the likes of your business, or are you yet to overcome that challenge?
I think remote and flexible workplaces are essential. So we basically let our staff create their own hours. So some of our team will come in and might do 8 to 4, some might do 7 till 3, some might come in at 10, and then some might just have a day off every now and then. So we have a time in lieu policy, so we keep it very flexible. But at the same time, in public relations, you work nights and weekends when we do have events on. So it's this give and take scenario that works really well.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, the whole event weekend work thing, yeah, you've got to be flexible for sure. So with regards to, I guess, creating a good culture at your office or workplace, what do you think is essential in creating a good culture?
I have a very strong female, young team that I guess they're not at that stage in their lives where they are thinking about having children, but one thing that they do love is their puppies. So we have an actual puppy creche at Ruby, so whenever our team have new puppies, they're allowed to bring them in until they're old enough to stay at home. And I find that creates a really fun work environment where they can all have their dogs and play with dogs, but it also allows them to not be thinking of their poor puppy at home, because at that age they are like children.
Totally.
Yeah.
And do core values or anything like that come into play in your workplace?
Yeah, it's all about people in our agency. So it's about relationships. It's relationships with our clients, relationships with the media, and relationships with each other. And one thing we're really, really focused on is developing every one of our team members. So whether it's professional development, whether it's inspirational, like sending them to Business Chicks or 9 to Thrive, we're always looking for opportunities for them to progress in their roles and also just be happy at work. Yeah.
So do the same apply when you're choosing your clients?
Yes, we definitely do choose and select our clients of who we do work with, and I think that they come to us for that reason as well. We need to be creating clients, I guess, that are going to have, they've got to be fun as well. I think if you have too many clients that are in one particular industry, it can get quite dull, but the whole team love the diversity of PR and the clients that we work from, and fast-paced, so we thrive on it. So we really thrive in those spaces of major events and tourism. We need to get a couple of thousand pieces of media coverage for an event. That's where we really excel, and we love it. Yeah.
Great. So at Me Media, we're a content marketing agency, and we believe strongly in video marketing. Are you doing any video marketing at your workplace, and how is that, or not?
Yeah, look, I think the way social media is, I think we can't not be doing video. Video is where the most engagement is coming from. I think it's just unearthing what those storytelling is. So from, using things like Instagram and stories, all the way through to doing, actual video clips that we can use on social media. From our business, we're just using video on social media channels, so we're not doing more digital content strategies outside of that at the moment. That's where we play. Yeah.
Great. So distribution of the content that you create for your customers, is that just mainstream media, or are you also playing in the social space?
Yeah, we play in the social space as well. So we're now treating social media managers for media outlets as media, because ultimately we're hitting our newspapers, magazines, our TV, our radio, and our online media platforms, but then we're also then hitting all of their social media channels at the same time. So we do a media call now, and we'll look to invite the digital marketing person who looks after social media for CFM, as well as the journalist, or as well as the presenter. So it's changing that landscape for us, that we've just, even though there's less media to work with and less opportunities, there's actually more in the digital space. So we just need to shift and go with the times as they move. Yeah.
So you're seeing a trend there, the shift from traditional to digital, or?
Yeah, completely. There is a complete shift away from traditional. So press release pushing days are completely gone. They're no longer relevant. We really need to be creating exclusive, bespoke pitches for our clients. So you'll find that how we get that coverage and those great results is we're giving really, really unique sort of curated pitches to each person. So it's almost like a different angle for everyone. It's a lot of work, but that's how we get the results now. And that's, you just have to be more creative. Syndication is like our worst nightmare and our best friend all rolled into one, because when we have a huge piece that gets covered, we're going to get it covered and syndicated nationally. However, it's also less space. So if you're not going to secure that spot, there's less opportunities for your clients. So to be creative and different and outside of the box has never been more important than today. Yeah.
It really is. And what you were saying is not just creating content individually for each media outlet, but mostly the audiences that are on those particular channels, correct? Because each one of them, those audiences has the, I guess, affinity to certain types of content, and you have to make sure that you know what that is, and it sounds like you're doing that really well. So thanks very much for your time, Naomi. How do people stay abreast of what you're up to individually? Is there any social channels they need to be following?
Yeah, so We Are Ruby AU is our handle for Facebook and Instagram. So yeah, come join us and keep up to date.
Great. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Plenty more coming to you from ISR Training's event here in Surfers Paradise. And keep watching us on Get Fact Up. It's on memedia.com.au. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Cheers.